Hey, everybody. It's your lovely Lotus Blossom Lizzie. Thank you for joining me this morning. And for those of you that are joining me on the replay, thank you for joining me as well. This is the Creative Coffee Talk where we talk about all things creative. And usually I do this over on the Patreon page, but today I actually decided to do it in a public kind of manner. So today what I'm going to be talking about is a little bit of Goodwill hunting. I'm going to share with you some things I got on a Goodwill trip. Now I've been going to thrift stores and Goodwill and things like that lately because I am gathering stuff to do my journals. Now before I get too deep into this, I always suggest that if you love videos of this type, to make sure you hit the subscription bar down below and also hit the notification button so that you'll be notified when I go live and if any videos are also coming out. So I have a few bags that I'm going to go through this morning, and I hope you have your coffee because I got my coffee right here also, which I'll probably forget to drink because I want to try to be quick going through some of these bags that I have. And this was actually from a few trips from the weekend up until now. And again, I'm working on some journals, so I'll show you like the current journal that I'm working on here. That's a signature. This but it is so beautiful and lovely. Look at that. Isn't that so nice? And so I already have this listed over in my Etsy shop, but I think this one is so beautiful. I think I'm gonna have to make another one for myself. As usual, I'm always making the journals for myself and then I end up giving them to somebody else. Okay, so let's start going through some of the bags. Now, I'm not going to show too much loose stuff, but I'll show you in a second. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the cloud to make it easier for you to see. So let's go to the cloud. All right, we're in the cloud. Okay, so this is one of the first things I got here, and it is it's a three-column ledger. Good morning, Grenette. How are you doing this morning? And I'm just going through some things that I picked up at the Goodwill for some journals. And this is a three-column ledger. And I always think it's like kind of like a really a good thing when I find ledger paper, because it's, ledger paper can be a little bit costly if you go to like the store to pick it up. So I'm glad I was able to get some ledger paper. So Grenette, let me know if my mouth matches also what I'm saying, because the last video nobody told me my mouth wasn't matching, because there may be a way that I could fix that. But anyway, I got this, and there was nothing in here, and it was 99 cents at the Goodwill, because Goodwill, I haven't been able to find like really like super cheap stuff at Goodwill, but whatever. So a lot of times Goodwill has like these bags, and they have the bags all taped up like this and everything, and they just have a big cost on it. So sometimes you get some stuff you don't really want. So I haven't really been through these big bags that I have here. So this was a Christmas one, and I'm actually going to be doing a Christmas release on some on my Etsy shop as well. So I wanted to get some Christmas ribbon, and this ribbon is a wired ribbon. So I don't even know if I want to use wired ribbon in my journaling, but it was really pretty. I could use this on my Christmas tree though. I use ribbon on my Christmas tree. Thank you, Grenette. So I got this ribbon here. Sorry for so much movement here. I'm just trying to wrangle it in here. So it is wired and it has all the Christmas colors. It's actually really pretty. The only thing about this, they put a candle in here, and it's kind of, actually it don't smell too bad, but the whole bag smells like kind of spicy, so the ribbons smell a little spicy too. So I got a few of these ribbons and a tin. I don't know what I'm going to do with that tin because I don't really need it. So that's like junk I didn't need. And I got this thin wired gold ribbon also. So I got this over here so you can see. So I got all this in that bag. And then I got some Christmas playing cards. It says playing cards. Let's see. It says Christmas trivia cards. And I thought maybe I could use these in the journal as well. So Christmas trivia cards. So like this question, it says, not a creature was stirring, not even a blank. And then it has the answers down at the bottom. So that's kind of cute. So I'm definitely going to be using these in my Christmas journal. So this was kind of like, this was a good find for me. And let's see, how much did I pay for this one? This was $3. So I got $3. This I didn't want, but I could use. And I got these ribbons. I got the playing cards. So that's what I would consider a value for my $3, I suppose. That's not too bad because ribbon can be kind of costly. So let's get this stuff out the way and let's go into the next they're kind of like grab bags actually. Let's see. I got this grab bag. Actually, I got this one at a thrift store and it was actually 50% off. Yeah, it was either 30 or 50% off. So it was $2.48 and it was, it was a good deal. So I got some crochet thread, which I used to actually sew my signatures in my journal. So I didn't have any red, I have green. So this will be good for my Christmas release as well. And then I got some green tulle. I actually have some green tulle already, but you can never have enough tulle. You can do a lot of stuff with tulle. And a lot of people call it netting, but it's tulle. And then I got this. Let's see if I can open it. I don't really care about the bag. Some of the stuff. I told you I didn't go through this stuff. Oh my goodness. Now this was a good find because this is like some ribbon. And look at that red ribbon going through it. Ooh, that's really pretty. The only thing is I'll only be able to use this on red ribbon. I don't know if I could pull it if I wanted to. If I could pull it. No. It's glued on. But that's okay. I like that ribbon. Because actually I could still use this on something else that's not red. What I could do is take a ribbon and like glue it over the top. And it'll be kind of glued like this. So you can see the ribbon hanging out on the side. But anyway, that's a fair amount of that right there. I don't usually hit the jackpot on that. So I paid like less than $1 for this. So this one was a good deal, I would say, for this grab bag. So let's put that one aside. And let's go on to the next grab bag. So I have a few. And then this one right here was $2.48 and it was 50% off. I know this one was 50% off and it had like, this is what I saw, and this had like it had like some ribbon. I'm sorry, I got distracted. I was trying to read the chat at the same time and talk. You know, that's a bubblegum thing. Can't chew bubblegum and pat your head and jump up and down type of thing. Hi, Ravi. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so on this one, we have, I'm not going to try to wrangle it in, but I love this kind of ribbon because it's kind of different. You can see it has like the little loops in it, and it's red, so this is good in this thin ribbon because I don't think I have any thin red ribbon, and it's not a lot, but I mean for like $1 or something. And this one is just regular ribbon. I always, when I go and I get the ribbon from places like that, I look at how much is on there. Because sometimes it's like nothing on there and they want to sell it for $1. Especially Goodwill is like good for that. I picked up a ribbon at Goodwill. It had like this much ribbon on it and they were trying to sell it for 99 cents. I was like, can y'all just give that to me? And they didn't want to do it. They said, oh no, we can't give anything away. I'm like, whatever. So I left that there, needless to say. And then I got this one, and this is nice because it's kind of like a velvety type of texture here. So that's a nice Christmas ribbon also. And I got some green, because of course, red and green, Christmassy. I'm surprised people are not picking that stuff up already, but they're not. And then I don't know what this is. Flourish tags from Martha Stewart. I didn't even see this in the bag, so that was kind of a plus. Let's open them up and see what's inside. Because I probably started using these immediately. Because that's how I roll. I don't save anything. She saves nothing, you all. So these, we have flourish tags. Yeah, they're just blue tags. Martha Stewart. That's pretty. Let me see. I know the light is always interfering. You can see like the flowers on this one. So there's like flowers on some of these. We got flowers on that one. And just a whole bunch of tags. So, but that was a really good find. Let me put these tags where I can find them again. And I'm just kind of throwing everything else on the floor. To save time, I'll go back and clean up because that's how I've been rolling. This place is out of control sometimes. Let's have a little coffee. You guys have your coffee, or you ladies have your coffee. Let's have a little coffee. We can't start our day without having some coffee. All right, next bag. All right, this is a bag that was $1.98. And this one I may have paid the full price for, because you know sometimes they have like the things that have the tags are 50% off or something like at Goodwill, and some of the other thrift stores do this as well. I actually got this from a thrift store up in Jacksonville because I have a friend there and we had game night. If you guys are following me on Instagram, then you would have seen me post some pictures up of our game night. We played Pokino. All right, so let's see what we got here. Is this kind of stretchy? This is just like a little ribbon here. This is a seam binding, a little bit of seam binding, but that's okay. I could definitely use that. The sewing notions are great because I do sewing in my journals. Ooh, we got some lace. I don't have this kind of lace, so that's very pretty. All right, and this, what is this? I think, oh, these are, what you call it? Oh Lord, they're non-rusting, kind of like, oh my gosh, I can't get it out. It's like snaps. Ugh, well, I can say that they're like plastic snaps. I don't know what would be using snaps for, but that's an interesting thought. Maybe I can make a tag with a snap on it or something. I got some white seam binding here. We got some more, little bit of ribbon. Any kind of ribbon is nice. There's some more ribbon here. And this ribbon is, oh, got a whole lot of this ribbon. Look at that. Now, I definitely can use this. I'll probably like coffee or tea dye these. This ribbon is kind of thick. It's almost like an upholstery ribbon. It's really pretty. It's a whole bunch of it. I like this. No coffee today, hon. You're drinking tea. I like tea too. I think I like coffee more though. I might be a coffee addict. And then this one has some little buttons in it. I guess they were trying to sell it for 25 cents by itself, but it didn't work out. And it has these little beads. I don't know if that I would be using that. And then we have some flowers here. Okay, flowers. Let's see. Let's take them out. You can get some good craft stuff at the thrift stores and things. Yeah. I don't know, like if I would leave these whole. These probably would be good on a cover too. I don't know. I've been experimenting with making covers. So I love doing the journals so much. Let's see. And this is just some red material that's been kind of cut up, which is fine too. I can definitely still use that. Really red too. Very nice. Yeah. All right, so that is that bag. So there was a lot of good stuff in this bag for like $1.50. See, let's put that aside, and I have some place to store everything, which is nice. Okay, so this is the big jammy. I got the, I'm gonna show you guys. Let me come out of the cloud so I can just show you what this bag looks like. Look at this. This bag right here, you all. I got this bag for $3, and it has a lot. And the reason why I picked it up is because it has a lot of sewing stuff in it, and it also had was this inside it too? No, this wasn't inside it. This is a different bag. This one I got. It was $1.50, and it had like a lot of patches, I guess, from somebody who was doing some quilting. So we'll take a peek at that one first, and then I got this other bag that has a lot of sewing notions in it. So I'm gonna go through that one also. So, oh, let me go back to the cloud. Okay, so in this one, the only thing, I'm not gonna pull all this out, but the only thing that's in here, I believe, it's just little pieces of different fabrics. So I definitely can use these. I'll probably do like some patchwork tags. I could put this in the journal as well since I'm doing some sewing. So these are all nice. Nice little patches, and some of them are in plastic bags and some of them are just all lumped together. And I got the whole thing for like $1.50. I got this at a thrift store here as well. So, gonna put that to use. And now the big bag. I've been dying to go through this bag, but I wanted to go through it with you all. So, let's just pull some of the stuff out because it's a humongous bag. I don't know why they put them in such big bags. Boy, wait. Sorry for all the noise. You know what? I don't even have my mic close. I hope you guys can hear me good. I have my mic all the way across the room. Good thing I talk loud. Okay, so where to begin? Let's look at this little bag here. It's like I see, I haven't even opened it up. Still got the staples on it. No prep work today. No prep work for this video. I just have to make sure I got up on time so that I could do it. Because again, I've been doing the coffee chats over on Patreon, and they're not always public. So I got like this little, I think they call it, it's not a protractor. I don't know what it is, but you can make circles with it. So you put it down and turn it and make that. I don't have one of those. I probably can use it because I cannot freehand a circle. And I have this nice little tape here. I do have a tape already, so y'all, this might get cut up for real. For real though. And what I could do though is I can make like I can put this on my copying machine and make copies. Like I can put this in little strips, and then I can use this in my journals also. That might be easier. And I got like this necklace thing. I'm not going to use that. What is this? Non-toxic washable raw stick. I don't know what a raw stick is. I'm scared to open it. What's a raw stick? Is it glue? I think that's a glue stick. And pencil leads. I'm not going to use that probably. Well, actually, I do use mechanical pencils. And this is a bookmark. It looks kind of, I don't think I would use this bookmark. Anywho, I'm moving right along. They just put anything in these bags. Alright, let's see. Because this had like bags within bags, but it had a lot of sewing stuff in it, and I was looking for sewing stuff. I was actually looking for thread on the day that I got this bag, so it kind of worked out. Because I actually was able to use some of the thread. So these are like little loops, I guess, that you, for closures on your clothes. And I don't think I'll be using those. Here's some more closures. I'm going to keep them though, because every time I get rid of stuff, that's when I figure out how I could use it. There's a few needles in here. Some more closures. Needles, they're like really tiny needles. I probably want to use the tiny needles because my eyes are not that good to be using tiny needles. Now these are a good deal. Seam binding. So this one is kind of a brown color, and then we have some that has like a floral color on it. Sometimes when I get these seam bindings from this place, they are like really old. Let me put my old lady glasses on and let's see if it has like a date on them. Yep, 1969. These seam bindings are from 1969. Does this one have... I'm surprised they have a date on them. It's not like they're a book or anything. So these are definitely a vintage, but they're in good shape. So I'll be using those. All right. Everything's all turned upside down here. Okay, needless to say, there is just like thread every place. Let me just cut some stuff here. There is thread every place here, so let's look at some of the goodies that are in here. So of course, I can definitely get that thread. Yeah. Oh, the stick is, oh. So Grenette says she thinks that stick is for the edges of the sewing material to keep it from unraveling. Aha. You might be right. I'm going to have to look that up. And so we have lots of, I can tell that these are old as well because these are wooden, not bobbins, but, you know, thread holders or whatever they're called. So there's somebody, this was somebody old-timey had this because they don't make those anymore. They usually come like on like the plastic thing. But that's some nice colors in here. This is like a copperish color. I might be using this today. And I'm not going to go through all the colors, but there's some good stuff stuck down in here. Like this is made out of like foam. So weird. And let's see. This one has a big old quilt needle in it. Whenever you're going through stuff like this, like, cause you know, when I buy this stuff, it's like from digging kind of stores. You got to dig for stuff, but you got to be careful when you're going through like the sewing stuff, cause you don't want to get stuck by the needles. So you got to be careful with that. I mean, needles and pins, and they're in there. So far, I haven't gotten stuck, but you don't want to get stuck. So this is some elastic. I could still use that. Anybody need a knitting needle or a crocheting needle? I don't think I'm gonna be crocheting anything. Ooh, we got some buttons in here. I like buttons. And I don't think people, when they're doing like their journals and stuff, they're like, oh, I'm using this vintage button and stuff. I'm like, how do you know it's vintage? Buttons just look like buttons to me. Let's see if there's a date on here. Maybe that's how they know. Nope. There's no date on here on these buttons. They're very pretty though. I'll definitely be using the buttons. I used the buttons on my Bohemian journal. I loved it. I love that Bohemian flair. Okay, so we got lots and lots of thread. I think this is like a thread cutter. So I don't think it's very sharp though. I don't know. I don't know what that is. And let's see. We got an eyeglass tool. I got a million of those and I can't even use them, so whenever I need to get my eyeglasses fixed, I just take them to the VA and let them fix them. I'm like, I could spend hours trying to fix it. There's some bobbins in here, and you know you need a bobbin for every different type of thread that you use on your machine. So bobbins are a good deal. And look, we have a thimble in here. So thimbles are very useful as well. So you won't tear your finger up. So it has like some really good colors in here. And like I said, I did pull one out. See, look at that. That's old. They don't make these anymore. So I have a few of those. I don't know what I'm going to do with those, but I think they'll still fit on the machine. But... And then down here, we got a few pins, and how'd you get in here? Oh. Okay, and then I got this little brush, and I'm sure this is like to clean the machine. Definitely going to be using this because when I'm running lots of paper through my machine, so I know it probably already needs to be cleaned a bit. So I'm going to leave that on top because every now and then it's good to kind of do a little bit of dusting. All right, there's more stuff in this bag still. Look, more buttons. Now, I don't know if they're vintage buttons, but we're going to call it vintage because they look old. It fits the criteria of old. I mean vintage because it's old for me. Just like on the books. Oh, I like that. There's something about buttons. Buttons are just kind of like cool to kind of work with. I like buttons. All right, let's see here. We have even more thread. And actually, this container that it's in, it was in the bag too. So that's a plus because you can get those at the dollar store for $1, of course. And I barely paid $1 for this whole thing. And then this is, I think this is floral tape. It looks like, yeah. And it looks pretty old too. It's y'all. This says the company is Doo-Doo Sales Inc. Doo-Doo Sales. Okay, is that for real? All right, we have. I'm gonna leave these in here. There's more thread in here. Lots of different colors. So the different colors are nice. I'm gonna have to get something. I don't have anything to store the threads in, so I'm gonna have to do that. And then this little jammy right here. And I think this tool, I don't know how sharp this is, but I think what you do with this, I want to say like, I don't think it cuts like fabric, but I think it's supposed to make like holes and then you can like sew through. I don't know. I don't know what that is because I haven't sewn in so long. And I had my sewing machine for a gazillion years and it was still in the box and I just pulled it out and I've been using it like crazy. So anyway, so I only found that one bobbin in here, unfortunately, because I could definitely use the bobbin. So that was like everything that was in this bag, and I think, and a few other items, and I think that was like $2.99, which was a steal on the thread because the thread itself is like $2.50 for one thread, one kind of thread. So that's good. So basically that is like everything that I got, which was, oh my gosh, I can't even put everything back up here on the desk. So I'm sure I paid like less than $10 for all this stuff. And these are things that I'm going to be actually using, because you have to be careful. You have to be careful when you are purchasing things at the Goodwill, especially like the grab bags. You want to make sure that the grab bags have more things that you're going to use than more things that you're not going to use. So that's the important piece of the puzzle, because you don't want to bring more junk back to your house, because I could easily do that. You know, I'm trying to get rid of my hoardy ways, but sometimes it just don't work out like that. So that is everything for today, for today's coffee chat. So I am going to go ahead and shove off. I'm glad everybody joined me this morning, but I got to get to work. I have a ton of stuff to do. I'm going to be working on my Etsy shop again, and I'm going to be working on this journal, which is already listed in my shop. It's so pretty. I love the way the textures came out on this. And I actually made a tassel to go on it with it. Let's see if I can get the tassel. Let's see if she can get the tassel so I'll show you guys. Or girls. No, it's going to be too hard for me to get off right now. So I have it on something else. So that's it. Again, thank you for coming on. Please share this out with your community. Give this a thumbs up. If you get a chance and you see the video again, or you're on the replay, I'd love to know your comments and tell me, like, are you doing any sewing as well? So with that, I'm just going to say love, peace, and hair grease. And thanks, Grenette. Yes, they were all good finds from your sweet Lotus Blossom and lovable Lizzie. Have a fantabulous day, everybody. Get your coffee and your tea and enjoy life.